Durbania. I'm Durbin, and with Underworld Blood Wars just around the corner, I'm going to continue my reading way too much into series with the third Underworld in this franchise, Rise of the Lycans, which is the prequel going centuries past to show us how this war between the vampires and the Lycans began. And if I was going to read into that, to me, it is the pride of the vampires that brings about this whole entire war. And this pride, they put on these like pride glasses, and they only see two things. Thing number one they see is that they are the best and no one is better than vampires. They are the prestige. I mean, werewolves are nothing but dogs to them. They're slaves. And even when the special ones came up, the Lycans, who can at will change back into human beings, they took that specialness, manipulated it, and enslaved it. And then you have humans, which I guess aren't enslaved to them, but are basically slaves to them. You know, the vampire's like, yeah, we'll protect you. We'll protect your lands if you do this mining for us and you pay us tribute. So basically, that's the other thing that they see, is that they think they have control. They think they are the best, and they have the illusion that they are in control. And as we get to the end of this movie, when Lucian rises up the army and they rebel against the vampires, you would think that would be the moment where they realize control was an illusion. They never had control of these werewolves. Throughout this thing, you see that they don't have control. They don't. Do the vampires see it? No. We're getting yet another installment in the franchise. So here we have hundreds of years later in their timeline, and they still think they have control. So pride shows them something false, and it hides the truth completely from them. And here's the amazing thing. The moment real, genuine love gets introduced into this, it brings something humbling. And when I say love, I'm not talking about high school puppy love. I'm talking about that love is patient, love is kind, love believes all things, bears all things. The self-sacrificing kind of love, real, true love. It's amazing what real love brings to a situation. Because you have Sonia and you have Lucian, and these two have fallen in love with each other. So does she look at Lucian and see a slave? No. She looks at Lucian and sees somebody she would lay her life down for. When Lucian looks at her, does he look at her and say, my master, or this person is so far beyond and above me, and I'm so worthless to them? No. He sees somebody that he loves and he would lay down his life for. In fact, they have a common ancestor, a common immortal Corvinus, and both the werewolves and the vampires forget this and just go to war against each other and treat each other like absolute snot. But where love comes in and love is concerned, you have this Lycan and you have this vampire, and they would lay down their lives for each other. It's amazing how true love, real love, brings truth to any situation. I mean, look at it this way. You have Jesus, who is God the Son, living in heaven, and of his own free will and choice, because he so loved us, he stepped out of heaven to earth, and not just that, but died a torturous death for you and I, something he never had to do. But that's true, genuine, self-sacrificing love. It is humbling, it is incredible, and it is something powerful. And I gotta tell you, inviting the love of God into my life, that kind of self-sacrificing love into my life, it has made a real change and a real impact in me. So I can tell you, love is something, the true, genuine love, it requires humility, and it requires taking off those pride glasses and losing the illusion that that pride and stuff brings. But the joy and the truth and the fulfillment that that true, actual love brings is something incredible. When you watch Underworld Rise of the Lycans, what do you read into this movie? Make sure to let me know in the comments. And while you're there in the comments, hit that subscribe button and become a Durbanian. And you'll see next to that subscribe button, there's that little bell. Click that little bell. That way you get notified the moment I drop a video. So this weekend when I drop my spoiler-free review for Blood Wars, and I drop my spoiler talk for Blood Wars, I drop my reading way too much into Underworld Awakening, you can be notified the moment those videos hit. So hit that little bell. I'm Durbin. Thank you for checking out Durbania.